Okay, so before we even get into this reading, I need you to just pause for a second. Like just stop whatever you're doing and really be present right now, because Spirit is pulling me towards something really heavy, really emotional, and really specific for whoever is watching this. And I know, some of you clicked on this title and felt something in your chest. Not just curiosity. Something deeper. Like that low quiet ache you've been carrying around for weeks, maybe months, trying to pretend it isn't there. And I need you to know right now, you were guided here. This is not a coincidence. Energy doesn't lie, and the fact that you found this reading means that what's about to come through is exactly what you needed to hear today. So let's get into it. The very first thing that's coming through for you, and this is strong, this is immediate, is this image of someone sitting alone, replaying memories. And I mean really replaying them. Not like a casual, "oh, I thought about you today," kind of thing. This is someone who is lying awake at night running through every single moment they had with you like a film they can't turn off. And the energy I'm getting from this person is a mix of something bittersweet and something that's almost a little desperate. Like they are just now, right now, in this current moment, coming to terms with what they actually lost. And the word I keep hearing is irreplaceable. Not, "I miss you." Not, "I wish things were different." The word is irreplaceable. Like they've tried, y'all. They have tried to fill whatever space you left in their life and nothing is working. Nobody laughs like you. Nobody sees the world the way you do. Nobody challenges them the way you used to. Nobody makes them feel that specific feeling that only you could give them. And they are sitting in that realization right now, and it is heavy on them. Now here's what Spirit wants you to understand first before anything else. The version of you that this person is grieving? That person, you, was extraordinary. And I don't mean that in a flattering, feel-good kind of way. I mean that in the most energetically accurate way I can say it. There was something about your presence in this person's life that was genuinely rare. And the tragedy, the actual tragedy here, is that they didn't fully understand that while they had it. So let me go deeper because there's a lot coming through here. The energy of this person right now feels like someone who has been humbled. And I mean really humbled. Not the kind of humbled where someone's just embarrassed or temporarily sorry. I mean the kind of humbled where life has sat them down and made them reckon with themselves. And a big part of that reckoning is you. It's the way they treated you. It's the things they said or didn't say. It's the moments they took for granted. It's the times you reached out and they didn't meet you where you were, and they are feeling the weight of every single one of those moments right now. There's an energy of regret coming through that is just, it's palpable. And I want to be really specific about this because regret can mean a lot of things. This isn't just, "I regret losing you." This is, "I regret who I was when I was with you." This is them looking back and genuinely not recognizing themselves. Like they're almost ashamed of the version of themselves that let you go or pushed you away or didn't fight hard enough to keep you. And that is a very specific, very deep kind of pain. What I also want to point out, because this is important, is that this person is not the same as they were. Something has shifted in them. Something has cracked open. And whether that's because of losing you directly, or because life has put them through something since you parted ways, the person who is missing you right now is not the same person who didn't cherish you then. And Spirit is making me say that not to make excuses for them, but because it's relevant to what's coming next. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, because I'm getting two different energies coming through for different people in this collective, so take what resonates. For some of you, this person has been watching you from a distance. And when I say watching, I mean they are keeping tabs. They are paying attention to where you are in life, what you're doing, who you're around. And what they're seeing is making it so much worse for them because you are thriving. You are moving. You are becoming. And instead of being able to tell themselves, maybe they're struggling too, maybe they need me, they can't even do that. They have to watch you win without them, and that is tearing them up inside. Because on some level they thought, maybe subconsciously, that you needed them more than they needed you. And life has corrected that story entirely. For others of you, this person has actually pulled back completely. Like they've gone quiet. And I know that silence might feel like indifference. I know it might feel like they've moved on or they don't care. But what I'm getting is that the silence is an absence of feeling, it's actually the opposite. The silence is because they don't know what to say. They don't know how to come back. They don't know if they even deserve to. And there is a pride piece here, a stubborn piece, where this person is wrestling with themselves about whether to reach out, and they keep stopping themselves because they don't know how you'll receive them. They're scared of your reaction. They're scared of the coldness. They're scared that you've fully moved on and that reaching out will only confirm what they already fear, that they waited too long. And that fear is very, very real for them right now. Okay, so now I need to talk about you for a moment. Because Spirit is not just here to tell you about this other person's feelings. There's a message here for you too, and I think it's one that some of you really need. The energy I'm getting around you is someone who has done the inner work. And I want to say that with full sincerity, you have gone through something, and instead of crumbling, instead of becoming bitter, instead of collapsing into that pain, you transformed it. There's a maturity to your energy right now that wasn't always there, or maybe it was always there and this experience just refined it. Like fire does to gold. You have been through something real and you came out of it softer in the heart but stronger in your spirit, and that combination is rare and it is magnetic. And the interesting thing, the almost ironic thing, is that the version of you that exists right now, on the other side of this, is even more of what this person always admired about you. Like they fell for the you that existed before all of this, and now there's even more depth, even more wisdom, even more quiet confidence in you than there ever was. And they can sense that somehow. Even if they can't articulate it, even if they haven't spoken to you, they can feel it. And it makes the distance feel even greater. Now here's what I really need you to hear, because this is the part that Spirit is pressing on hardest. The question this reading is titled around, the too late question. I need to speak to that directly. And here's the truth, the answer depends entirely on you. Not on them. On you. Because Spirit is showing me that this person is not gone. This person is not over you. But more importantly, Spirit is showing me the question you need to be asking is not, is it too late for them? It's, what do I actually want? Because some of you have grown past this. Some of you have healed, you've moved forward in your heart, and even though there's still some tenderness when you think about this person, you know, that going back would be going backward. And Spirit is honoring that. Spirit is saying trust that knowing. That's not bitterness talking. That's wisdom. But for others of you, there is still something there. Something unfinished. Not codependency, not desperation, but genuine love that never fully dissolved. And if that's you, I want you to know that Spirit is not closing that door. There is something that could be revisited here, but only on terms that honor who you are now. Not who you were when this person first knew you. Who you are today. Let me go back into their energy for a moment because there's more coming through. This person is in a stage right now where they are talking. Like they are telling people about you. Not in a way that's dramatic or loud about it, but in those quiet conversations. When someone asks why they're not seeing anyone, when someone asks why they seem distracted, when someone who knows the story brings your name up, they are not able to be dismissive. They can't do the casual, oh we just didn't work out, thing anymore. Because it's not sitting right with them. There's too much weight behind it. And the thing that keeps coming through from them is this phrase, I didn't realize what I had. And y'all, that sounds like a cliche, I know it does. But the energy behind it is not cliché at all. It's a full reckoning. It's them understanding, maybe for the first time, that what they had with you was not standard. What they had with you was something people search for and never find. And the cruel joke life played on them is that they only understand the value of it now that it's gone. There's also a softness I'm getting from this person that maybe you didn't always see when you were together. Like there is a tenderness in how they think about you now that maybe wasn't always expressed when you were present. And I think that's one of the saddest parts of this whole energy, that they had more love than they showed. That the love was always there but the expression of it was blocked by whatever they had going on internally. Fear, pride, their own wounds, their own patterns. And none of that makes it okay, but it is the truth of what happened. Now I want to talk about what happens next because Spirit is not just bringing you into all of this emotional energy without a reason. There is a reason you're receiving this reading at this time. For many of you, there is a communication that is either already trying to make its way to you or it is on the horizon. And I say trying specifically because I'm sensing that this person has started something, a message, a conversation, a gesture, and stopped themselves. Multiple times. And there's a moment coming where they stop stopping themselves. Where something tips the scale. Maybe they hear a song or they drive by somewhere that reminds them of you or someone in their circle says something that makes them feel like now is the time. And something shifts, and they take the step. Now I want to be clear that this doesn't mean you owe anyone a response. I want to say that really clearly. Your peace is non-negotiable. But what Spirit is asking you to do is be open. Not desperate, not waiting, not putting your life on hold, but open. Open to what the energy brings. Open to having a real conversation if it happens. Open to the possibility that sometimes people do actually grow, and sometimes second chapters are written. For others of you, this communication doesn't come from them. And instead, Spirit is using this awareness, this knowing that you were not imagining things, that you were not crazy, that you really did mean as much as you thought you did, as a form of closure. Because sometimes the healing isn't reconciliation. Sometimes the healing is just finally knowing, I was right. It was real. I didn't make it up. I wasn't too much. I wasn't the problem. I was actually the best thing that happened to someone and they just couldn't rise to meet it at the time. And sometimes that knowing is everything. Okay, because there's still more energy here I want to get into, let me speak to a few more things that are coming through. There's something around your aura, your energy field, that is genuinely unlike other people's. And I know people say this in readings a lot, but I want to explain what I mean. There is something about the way you carry yourself, not arrogance, not performance, just this quiet knowing. Like you walk into a room and you don't need to announce yourself and yet people feel you. People take notice. There's something magnetic in your presence that draws people in even when you're not trying. And this person, the one this reading is about, they felt that. From very early on they felt that. And there was probably a part of them that was even a little overwhelmed by it. By you. Because sometimes people self-sabotage what's best for them because it feels too big. Because the love feels too real, and real love is terrifying when you're not used to it or when you don't think you deserve it. And I'm getting some of that energy here too. Like this person on some level didn't believe they were worthy of what you were offering. And so they managed it down. They kept the walls up. They held back. Not because they didn't want you, but because they didn't fully trust that they deserved you. And now? Now they believe it. Now they know. And the lesson came at the cost of losing you, which is, y'all, that's a painful way to learn. Spirit is also showing me something about your path going forward, and I don't want to skip over this because it's important. Whatever this situation stirred up in you, whatever it cracked open, whatever questions it made you ask about yourself and about love and about what you're willing to accept, that is not wasted. That is material. That is growth. And the version of love that is coming toward your life, whether that is with this person on new terms or with someone entirely new, is going to be on a completely different level than anything you've experienced before. Because you've done the work. You've sat in the discomfort. You've asked the hard questions. You've refused to just patch things over and move on without healing. And that kind of depth attracts depth in return. The love that is being built for you energetically right now, whether it's being rebuilt by someone who finally woke up, or whether it's being created by someone new who has already done their own work, is a love that sees you fully. The real you. Not just the polished, put-together version. All of you. And you deserve that. Not someday. Not eventually. You deserve that now. So let me close this out because I feel like Spirit has said what needed to be said today, and I want to give you something to carry with you. To the person this reading is about, the one who clicked on this because something in them knew, here is what the energy wants you to know. You were never too much. You were never the problem. You loved genuinely, and that is something to be proud of, not ashamed of. The fact that someone didn't fully receive what you were offering doesn't diminish the quality of what you gave. It says something about where they were, not something about your worth. You are someone that people will look back on. Someone that people will measure others against without even meaning to. Someone that a very specific person is sitting somewhere right now wishing they could reach across time and do things differently with. And the question of, too late, I'm going to leave you with this. It's never too late for real growth. But growth has to be met with discernment. Some doors stay closed because they need to. Some doors open again because the timing wasn't right the first time and both people needed to become who they are now before the love could actually work. Only you, and your spirit, your gut, your deep inner knowing, can tell you which one this is. But what is not in question is this: you were the best thing that ever happened to them. That is confirmed. That is clear. That is what the energy says without hesitation. Now the real question is, what are you going to do with knowing that? Take care of yourself. Protect your peace. And trust that love, real love, does not pass you by. It finds its way back to those who have earned it. I'll see you in the next one.
Aww.